Ken. Well, with all of this happening in Afghanistan, we wanted to speak with someone who served there.
Yeah, so this morning we are talking to a local veteran. Joining us live right now is Alex Daniele. He was a Lance Corporal in 2010, deployed to Afghanistan as a civil affairs Marine. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning. It's good to be talking to you.
Yeah, good to see you. So tell us about, what your role was in Afghanistan and what exactly you were doing over there.
Civil affairs was pretty new for the Marine Corps at the time. They got a brand new team that we were sent there to help build schools, build clinics, help the Afghan people. They're very weak and poor locals that were always, they had this deep fear of the Taliban in their soul, in their heart. And we were there building up these projects, wells, schools, making sure everybody had their human rights. So for us to see all this, it really gets a lot of mixed feelings for most of the veterans that we got very sad with all the news that we're listening now.
Yeah, I mean, Alex, what goes through your mind and what conversations have you had with some of your fellow vets watching what's happening in Afghanistan right now?
There's some veterans are very upset, very mad. Some veterans just shut down. We're all waiting for the outcome, see what happened, because we lost a lot of brothers and sisters. A lot of Marines and military people lost their legs and arms, and we lost a lot. So now to see all these in 11 days to fall apart, and I know I was involved in training also the Afghan army and the local police, and it just blew our mind how they just gave up like that. So I was just thinking, how do we teach courage? How do we teach patriotism? How do how do we teach all these things? It seems like it was missing a piece there. That maybe these soldiers didn't want to be there, or don't want to fight for their country. Something happened.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, do you think it was inevitable? It seems like a lot of people are saying this was going to happen. It just happened quicker than what they thought. And do you think American troops could have just stayed there for an indefinite amount of time?
When we were walking the streets and talking to the Afghans and talking to the people in the bazaars, they always told us they were very thankful for us to be there. I feel like we empowered them when we were there. And they always said, if we ever leave, something bad would happen. And we thought it wouldn't. We had this thought that we were uh, creating all the schools and clinics and getting their people to get more healthier. But it was actually pretty true what they said. They had this deep fear of the Taliban, and I guess whenever they come back, they just gave up everything.
You know, so it's so tough. You look at Middle Eastern policy. I mean, we can go back through several administrations, and obviously this has been a 20-year conflict. But when you hear President Joe Biden say things like, we weren't going over there to be involved in nation building, how do you think the president is handling these evacuations? How do you think he's handled this withdrawal?
As a good Marine, as a good military person, I don't like to talk about my leaders, and we always follow orders. We follow the orders. We do whatever it takes, and I think I have a high trust on the higher commands, all the generals. And I know they do usually don't send all the information out. They have a lot of things that are confidential, a lot of planning, a lot of strategy. So I'm not surprised if we see some different things coming up, but I know for sure they never release every message that they want at the moment. So we got to be a little patient now.
Yeah. Well, back home, I think a lot of people are wondering what they can do. And one of those things is helping vets with mental health. I mean, you touched on this. A lot of vets are struggling. How can civilians help them right now as they watch all this unfold?
It's kind of a good feeling when this all happened. I had coworkers coming and hug me and say I'm so sorry, and we get this feeling that we were worth it for them, and they understand what we did there. So I just tell people, just be careful what you say. Don't ask too many questions. Be easy on them. Some veterans, they shut down completely. Some veterans like to talk a lot, and some veterans shut down. So you got to be careful and kind of read their body language about the issue.
Yeah, I think even just that acknowledgement that that was a very important chapter of your life, you know, even if you're no longer actively serving, it certainly affects people greatly to see what's happening there right now. So to be understanding of that goes a long way. Well, Alex, Daniele, you know, we always enjoy talking to you. I know you're a local restaurant manager, so we appreciate, you know, you coming on the show, and it's great to talk to you in this capacity as well. We certainly appreciate your insight this morning. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for your service.
Thank you very much and have a good day.
You too. And of course, you know, many veterans of all eras have been reacting as this Taliban takeover unfolds. The VA Portland healthcare system offers a wide range of services, as do a lot of other veteran centers all across our area.
Yeah, they can help with re-triggered PTSD or other forms of grief. There are resources available right now, including the Veterans Crisis Line. That number's on your screen. It's 1-800-273-8255, then press 1. Or you can go to veteranscrisisline.net. There are several other resources we have posted on coin.com.
All right, switching gears.